You have, it's possible to be peaceful in Alexandria. Do you think that, I mean, just generally speaking,
I don't know.
Is it a peaceful city?
Alexandria, yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
From the people itself, you know, the people. If you look at the people in the popular areas, you can find it.
Actually, I guess the big difference between Alexandria and Cairo is the Mediterranean Sea. I used to live in Cairo, and then I moved to Alexandria. But in Alexandria, when you live by the sea, you feel the moisture in the air. You know, you can go when you are sad or something like this and sit by the sea, and sometimes you can feel that you can talk to him and stuff like this. It can't be a philosopher thing, but when you live in Cairo, you feel everything is like pushing you inside yourself, you know, like it's crashing you. The whole city is above you, but with the sea you feel like there's an extension that you can go, and you know, you feel it's the space for yourself that can give you a space to think, you know, and it's all the people like this. So here people are more relaxing. I start to think that the right to have a sea in your town something should be in the human right law, you know, not just like this.
And I have a comment also. I think if you
Now start over. I just want to make sure I catch everything you're saying. Okay, now.
okay, and also for Alexandria, if you look for the history of art, you find some come from that way.
No, we can start over. We can start over. No worries.
Okay.
Okay, do that.
A lot of artists and musicians, ones who like famous artists, came from Alexandria. I think this city is a place which give you unlimited view. Just walking on the beach in Alexandria in sunset time can make you an artist, really. Even just to look for the sky, just to look for this sun which going to the orange and red colors in this time. Just imagining this, even if you can't paint, you will paint this image at least in your mind. So this kind of open space make people here more relaxed, and I got also something to be noticed, that most of Olympic champions of Egypt came from Alexandria. So even sport is far from art, but still to be a champion or whatever, you have to be a dreamy person. So I think Alexandrian people are kind of dreamy people. And I remember that when I was like young and walking on the sands of the beach, I look for the sea, and I think about this spot is the last centimeter of Africa and the first centimeter to the other world. So this kind of imagination is making the feeling of life here really different.
Thank you. You all, as I promised, we've been going for about 40 minutes now. I promised that we would keep it quite short. So what I'd like to do is just to ask one last question and then maybe go from person to person and get a response. And if you don't want to respond, just say pass. So the question is, are you hopeful for the future? And I understand that the organization that you run, that you're the leaders of, is for sustainable development. And for me, implicit in that concept is a hopefulness that we can maybe start to get it right, and not. I think you all, that's what I understand that you all are trying to do, basically. So just say your name really briefly again as I come to you. Is it okay if I start with you, Mohammed?
Yeah, sure.
And just the question is, are you hopeful for the future? And rephrase it. Don't just start in with your answer, but say, I am hopeful, or I'm not hopeful, or sometimes I'm hopeful. Okay.
Please, again, how do I start?
You have to rephrase.
Just rephrase it. Like, tell me what you're gonna say. Don't just say yes, this and that, but say I am hopeful, or if you're not hopeful, say I'm not hopeful, or you can say both. I don't think that it's always green or black and white.
I am Mohammed. Yeah, I'm so hopeful about the future, and I'm pleased that we can do better for our community, and that we can develop more and more,
Thank you.
and that we can achieve better and can we develop the situation to be better, and we have good future with peaceful future with each other.
Can I ask you, when you say develop, what does it mean? Like, what will it be for Egypt to develop? Because you've already developed. I mean, Egypt is something, but develop makes it seem like it's going to become something else.
Yeah.
So, what does that mean exactly? What will it become?
For me, development is, I believe that youth are the development. We're increasing the youth knowledge because they are the future of this country. They will be politics, they will be businessmen, everything in the country, they will be representing it. So developing themselves and developing their abilities and their talents will make it, we are the most way and to the development to the future. That will lead to a better future, maybe leading Egypt to be one of the most biggest country in the world in the future. But I'm so hopeful that future will be better than now.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not that, I don't have this hope in the future. I'm sort of desperately positive. Like, I don't think that I can see in the future a lot of development here in Egypt, or maybe the world peace could come or something like this. But because I have nothing to do else, so that's why I will try to do this, like to push on this way. But I don't think that I will see this, or how this will happen. That's so I don't have this much hope on the future. Man. I think the future is going worse as much as we're moving pastward.
Ahmed, I've heard this word fatalist, like fatalism. Do you know what I'm saying when I say fatalism? Like a person is fatalistic, or society is fatalistic, like it's just knows that it's going to die or perish, so it just
Yeah.
Would you say that is there a fatalism in Egyptian society, or is there more optimism, or is there both?